A Fredericton man is facing 4 charges of first-degree murder after a shooting in Fredericton, NB on Friday. Matthew Vincent Raymond, 48, was charged Saturday morning with the deaths of 2 Fredericton police officers and 2 civilians, according to a news release from Fredericton Police. Several blocks around the site of the shooting remained blocked off by police in New Brunswick RCMP on Friday evening, with several officers and a forensic investigation vehicle parked outside a 4-building apartment complex. Keith Minchin, The Canadian Press. Police officers Lawrence Robert Costello, far left. Sarah May Helen Burns, far right, and local musician Donnie Robichaud, center, have been identified as victims of Friday's shooting in Fredericton, which also claimed the lives of a woman whose name has not been released. Fredericton Police. Facebook. Residents attend a candlelight vigil at St. John the Evangelist Anglican Church, in Fredericton on Friday. 2 city police officers were among 4 people who died in an early morning shooting. Andrew Vaughan, The Canadian Press. The officers, identified Friday, are Const. Sarah Burns, 43, and Const. Rob Costello, 45. Police confirmed the identity of the other 2 victims Saturday morning, Donald Robichaud, 42, and Bobby Lee Wright, 32, just 12 hours after a shooting that shocked the city of Fredericton. More than 100 people packed into a local church Friday night to mourn the victims. St. John the Evangelist Anglican Church is less than a kilometer away from the site of the shooting. Citizens of the small New Brunswick city gathered to sing hymns, sit in silent prayer and light candles. Article continued. Below, a police officer stands on guard on Brookside Drive on Fredericton's north side on Friday, August 10. Police said they have arrested 1 suspect, who is being treated for serious injuries sustained in the shooting. Adam Bowie, The Daily Gleaner. I'm so sad, said Mei Yang, who brought her 2-year-old son, Noah Lin, to the vigil. Yang said she was there to show her support to Fredericton Police, who helped her in a time of personal need. Even though she didn't know the 2 officers who were killed, she said she was grieving with those who did. Costello, 45, had served for 20 years with Fredericton Police. He loved being a police officer and he lived for being a police officer, his common-law partner, Jackie McLean, said. He is the only police officer who I have ever known who could write someone a ticket and have the person thank them after. Burns, 43, was with Fredericton Police for the past 2 years as an officer, and 2 years before that as an auxiliary officer. Sean Callahan, cousin of victim Donald Robichaud, said there was nothing bad you can say about the guy. When I got a message yesterday asking me if Donnie got shot, I was like, who in the hell would want to shoot Donnie Robichaud? He told the Star in an interview. Article continued. Below, Callahan said he joined Robichaud's mother and other family members at Dr. Everett Chalmers Regional Hospital on Friday morning. An RCMP officer confirmed with them around 6 p.m. that Robichaud was one of the victims. Callahan said. Robichaud, a father of 3, lived alone on Brookside Drive, according to his cousin. The shooting occurred at that address around 7 a.m. Friday. Fredericton is a city of less than 60,000, and its residents are tightly connected. One of those residents, retired United Church minister Brian DeLong, began getting calls just after 4 p.m. Police had just released the names of the officers, the first to respond to the call, who had been fatally shot, and people were badly rattled by the news. One of the victims, Const. Burns, was the daughter-in-law of 2 members of his congregation. People from my congregation called me and said, "Did you know?" DeLong said before the vigil. He rushed to join the vigil at St. John the Evangelist, where he read a scripture in dedication to Burns' family, and all those grieving. The vigil was open to the whole community, its doors propped open to let in the evening breeze as the sun began to set. Fans moved the area around in the small gym where people gathered, but it remained hot after another stifling summer day. Read more. 2 officers identified in New Brunswick shooting. A timeline of the deadly shooting in Fredericton. Fredericton shootings are fresh trauma for NB. 4 years after Moncton attack. After the vigil, some made their way toward the scene of the shooting. Several blocks around the site of the shooting remained blocked off by police in New Brunswick RCMP on Friday evening, with several officers and a forensic investigation vehicle parked outside a four-building apartment complex at 237 Brookside Drive. Apparent bullet holes were visible in a second-story window of one of the buildings at the complex. "It's unbelievable in Fredericton," Young said. "It's safe here. It's not Toronto, so I just can't believe it." With files from the Canadian Press, Erin Grant is a reporter for Star Metro Halifax. Follow her on Twitter, @TerrentNalGrant.